Our swing trade watch list for March the 20th and our daily and weekly charts, bullish and bear breaks. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted, not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. So our SPY chart today off our STS Pivot System Charting Package, and it pretty much just told the story all day. This is our open this morning, and every attempt to go back up was met by exact spot we predict that we will continue to fail at. As long as we continue to fail that, we stay in our trades. We opened on the Dow this morning, and we broke this trend line we've been watching for days. That's what I've been talking about throughout several videos. Had a gap down on the SPY this morning below the 50-day. Went back, almost revisited at the high today, only to regress back. And you can see here's how we started out. And pretty much those little bounces I showed on that first chart, that's where they were at, and it just continued to fall. Got the little bounce here end of the day up through the VWAP and through this little support line that was just created from a few days ago. This is a 15-minute chart. And the SP 500, as I've said for days, when we get down below this area, we got issues. Well, we gapped down below the 50-day, never really made an attempt at all to go back up. The open was 27.41.38, and that was the high a day. We then proceeded to lose this overhead trend line and this lower trend line. The lower one was first and probably was the most important. And now that they've both been lost, they've both got to be retaken to go back up. We're most likely headed right down here to the 200-day. Most likely is what's going to happen here. We're going to, at best, hold right here, most likely, and a chance of holding somewhere down in this area, making a higher low. Be good if we can hold here because we make a higher low off this one, but most likely we're headed a little bit lower than that. It's going to send us down. This was just a trend line I drew this first day we had the big crazy action. I just went back here and picked me a spot. So this is not significant at all. This is a significant line down here that goes back a long way. long way. I drew this on a weekly, going way back into here, the last pivot low on the market off a weekly chart. And that's the line we've got extended up through here now. That's this lower line way down here. That's beyond the 200 day. So I figured that's about where we're headed. That also line up with my pivot system. Upper pivot, target 1, target 2, lower pivot lines right up in here now. So that's where I think we're headed, at least to here. Probably going to meet the 200 somewhere along the way. We'll just have to see as the days progress. But this is, we're not going to overtake this anytime soon. It'd be a miracle for this to gap up. And it's always possible. Could gap up, come down, test the 50 and take off. But that's not likely. Looking at our watch list here, you can pause the video and you got the complete list of the weekly bear breaks. Today's Monday, so this first day they've been on here. All these are brand new. There's your bull break, one stock. Daily bears and daily bulls. We'll take a look at these chart by chart. We'll look at our tutorial that explains our lines and get right on the charts. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter at Day Trader Setups and on Stock Twitch at Day Trader Setups. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone. And when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for. And as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support. And that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean. You'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50 period moving average, this orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. this pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started. Through time, I've got several comments and emails from viewers that don't subscribe to our services but do watch our videos and basically say, hey man, I'm getting some good trades off your videos. I wish there's a way I could contribute, and I don't want to sign up for a membership. So I finally went and made a donation button. You can find it two places. On any video, we're including it at the bottom. You just click the show more button, and shortly down there you'll see support our channel, a donation through PayPal. You can click right here, pay through or make a donation through PayPal. Any amount you want to put in there is acceptable and appreciated. And then on our website, you can go to daytradersetups.com, press the YouTube menu item. It'll take you to this page, and there's a donate button there as well. And we appreciate that, appreciate the suggestion, and thank you ahead of time for any donations sent. We appreciate it a lot. Got a weekly bullseye break on this AHL running into the 50-week. First retracement back up here, gaining momentum. This has actually already been moving on your daily. Hit the bull zone way back here on the daily bull zone. That was $8 ago. Sideways for 4 days, broke the 50-day, hit the recalculated bull zone, and off to the races she went. So this is where you want to be watching this down here to begin with. It is back into some old highs. It did clear the 200 today. Most of that action was a late day break after lunchtime. Big surge here in this stock, so something made it move. Be worth having on a chart tomorrow. We're on the weekly bears. First day on the bear list. This BAS Energy. That has a very weird chart. I was looking too many weeks back. I saw all that split mess back in the history of this thing. If you go back far enough, you got a pretty ugly chart. Just picking up momentum back in the new bear zone on the weekly, and have been in momentum for a couple of weeks now. BPL, this thing's been in a bear zone forever. First time it cleared right in here on the daily, breaking down to 50 right here. That was $10 ago. It's 20% fall in that stock. Just gaining more momentum in the weekly here. To me, this would be a chase down here. I got no idea what it's going to do. CERN, weekly more momentum move here than it is a consolidation break, but it is pretty long. If you go back far enough, it is a consolidation break of sorts, but it already hit the line down here to begin with. Remember, we're trying to look right here. First time in, we're looking for multiple breaks on this bear zone alert. This is our true false statement. So it's just re-hitting a new calculated area, lost a 200 week, picking up momentum. On the daily, it did hit a little support line from this last low and held there so far today. The daily is breaking out of consolidation. It's been in the bear zone for 3 days. We featured this last week. CVS, same thing, came in last week into our bear zone down here. That's a daily. It's now into the weekly. This is kind of a consolidation breakup here. DuPont through the 50 week. Got a little support line right here, picking up momentum for 2 weeks, and now into the bear zone on the weekly. The daily is the same thing. We featured it 3 days ago, held for a day, now into the daily bear zone and through this support resistance area of the last low. It tested it, held it today. OLED gap down this morning with the market. Got a support line down here it tried to hold. It's in the weekly bear zone now. gaining momentum for several weeks actually, and just never lost the momentum. It just had an inside week. Didn't need any help from the market. OLN, same thing, just picking up momentum back to the downside that the market's already created. QCOM, same thing. Definitely not a consolidation break, just momentum indicated on the downside at the 50 week. Has gone up that long way here, stopped at my pivot line. Go figure that. Started at my pivot line. And we got a retracement here that it could hold. There's a lot of little things go on with this stock, so different things can make it hold. Here's your 200-day, real crappy looking chart on the daily. And the last one on the weekly bears, consolidation for several days. This is the daily, and never has shown losing the momentum to the downside, although it recalculated the bear zone on the daily way down here. It is in your weekly bear zone, and that's a momentum as well, not a consolidation break. On to the dailies. That recap list is going to be pretty significant today, showing all the ones that continued on down, already hit the bear zone prior to today's market sell-off. This stock we already looked at a minute ago on the daily bulls. Had been breaking out already, had the big crazy day, middle of the day run there. DOX, daily bull, into old highs, pull back, strong stock in a weak market. 15-minute chart here, that's your old highs, broke the highs. Where'd he go when he came back? Old resistance, new support. Got a bounce here at about a little better than a 50% retracement off this bounce, off this run up, right back into here and holding at the VWAP. This could be something to watch. I don't know why it did all it did, but it's a reason. Another stock interesting as well, gapped up above resistance. This is a 15-minute chart again, and ran. A lot of times you find a big green stock in a big red market. That's something to look at, see what's going on. There's your daily gap up into my upper pivot, pull back. That's not resistance. Sometimes it's a target. I start here, target 1, target 2. Start here, target 1, target 2. Start here, target 1, target 2. That's part of our charting package at STS Pivot Systems on our NinjaTrader platform. FNF, gap up, ran up into this level and pulled back. That's financial sector. Don't know much about that. It's not really a consolidation break. It's just this gap caused it to come up on this momentum. I don't think there's anything to that. Could be that it keeps going, but there's no significance in the bull break. This is a pretty good consolidation on this aerospace stock on the daily here, and it is picking up momentum to the upside. Not nothing I day trade. It's a $300 stock, but it's gaining momentum again for a couple of days. Got back above the old support resistance line, which is tested before. Got past that old high and into a new bull zone. Over to the bears. These are new bears that showed up today, rejecting the 50-day, rejecting the 200-day, into the new bear zone. It's also sitting on a 50-week line right here, 50-week. BBY, consolidation of sorts up here at the top, picking up momentum. This is the second time it showed up, middle of last week. It's crossing the new bear zone, not the one it had here, so still gaining momentum to the downside. BK, upper consolidation area, gaining momentum to the downside. 200 days, your orange line right here. CAVM, little momentum come out of this sideways consolidation it's had for several weeks. CXW lost support today. It's been fighting it for a while. Couldn't get back through it. Into a bear zone. Definitely somewhat of a consolidation break and gaining momentum to the downside. This definitely got some room to go down. And the real estate REITs, they've been under pressure anyway. DuPont, we looked at this earlier on the weekly bear. Had support here on this big day, a big sell-off in the market back at 1st of February. It's retesting those lines. It's also got a weekly support line right here. That level is $65.42. EQT. This is a weekly. Get back on the daily. Consolidation here, picking up a little acceleration to the downside. Lost this support line that it's been holding on for several days. Oil and gas. Interested to see what that sector does with the market. Facebook got into the bear zone. Big gap down today. Did hold the 200 day. Looks like it closed right on it. 172.54 is the 200, and the close was 172.56. Also near the 50 week. Big stocks like this, when the market starts selling, a lot of guys holding those stocks get scared and run. So that's probably more than anything the effect on this. But it has got the momentum to the downside. Have to see what tomorrow brings. This is your resistance area, in my opinion, right here, 175.49. GHL at the 50-day. Upper consolidation since this gap up. Gap fill will bring you down here to 1876, which is not that far, and that would be about a 50% fib retracement. It's in a pretty long weekly consolidation here that hadn't broke out of, and the weekly bull zone, it was kind of near that last week. This don't look like anything but just normal movement. You see how the stock ran on my weekly up to my target one line, back to my lower pivot line, back to my other line. Get you some lines. STSPivotSystem.com. Gilead, that's a weekly chart. Let's get back on the daily. Pretty long consolidation here, getting a little momentum with the market. Did test the 200 day, and it did hold it at that time, about 2 cents off the 200. It didn't bounce a whole lot. Probably more downside if the market keeps selling. They hadn't been in love with this stock in a while. It started out this morning and never showed any chance of even trying to get a bounce. It did a little bounce with the market at the end of the day. Shot a Gilead on our STS pivot system package. It actually went short zone right here back on the 15th. Big sell-off day. Gave our retracement alert right here on the 16th. And that's what this little box up here tells you. We have two things on the chart, two trades we take. One's green zone cross down, and when these are true, you get that box we've been showing you over here in this area. And then when we go back and revisit, if we get close to our pivot zone line, we start looking for a trigger to go back down, and that's what this box is for. Red zone retracement alert. It gives exact price to the penny at the time. It's always a price on there. But the price, the reason we reference it, we want to know when we get up here what's going to be our trigger to head back down, and that's what that's for on the chart. It can also be used for many other reasons. It's covered in some of our training videos. Gilead today opened up here, already in this short zone, and it just sold all day long. Never gave any single sign of any kind of bounce. GRA. Consolidation here on the daily, gaining the momentum for about 3 days now, and trying to test these lows and picking up momentum to the downside. It's got some weekly support. I think it's down here in this same area as you see on this chart. Yeah, got weekly support right here, and it needs to hold if it gets there. HIMX, little $7 stock, been in this little consolidation here for a bit. Actually came into our bear zone alert right here at 789. It's continued down for about 6 or 7 days. This is just continuation here. Your next support level is down here at 640, and then after that you need to look at your weekly chart. Mondelez broke the 200-day, fell the 50 on Friday, broke the 200 this morning, into the bear zone on the daily. This is really more not consolidation break, a little acceleration. With the market, there's probably plenty that look just like that. Daily consolidation for sure, and first signs of momentum into the downside on MTSI. PLAY been consolidating down here since this gap down. I assume that was probably an earnings play. This was an old support line. It can't get above it and stay above it. Today it fails that old low into a new bear zone and probably going to break on down here. Here's your next weekly support, 37.60. PM at support, needs to hold into the bear zone. This is also a weekly chart where this bounced off this support resistance line a while back and gave a nice bounce up into our target line. Turn our head back down now. Remember, I'll say start here, target 1, target 2. Well, it's made that run, sitting on support. This could hold here. Be holding on its own, depends on the market, could always pull it down a little lower, but it is moved into the bear zone. More of momentum measurement here than a consolidation break, but the momentum could just be running right into here. This could hold here. This is support for sure. 101.58. QCOM we saw a few minutes ago. REG consolidating here, support resistance, another real estate REIT, and it's gaining a little momentum out of this consolidation. First on our bear zone, and it's got some lows down here that probably going to revisit. TTWO, last one on today's bear breaks. This is a hard stock to trade. It's actually getting weekly momentum to the downside 2 weeks in a row. Very close to hitting a weekly bear zone. It's that close to triggering, and that number is at 103.93. So this is just tapping the door to joining the weekly bear zone. That's this week's or today's bull breaks and bear breaks, and we're going to move over and look at that recap sheet. Give you a little quick glance at a report I got loading over here on our pivot system charting package. We can take all our stocks, and this is really doesn't matter, this 10 factor. It wouldn't matter if you were trading a little $8 stock or $12 stock, but on our 25 and 50 factors, which we day trade off of a lot, I like to look for the ones that are downtrending, but the 25 is uptrending because I'm headed up here to get me a retracement short. So this will be something I'll be looking at through the night, looking for these stocks that are actually already downtrending and might be trying to bounce and pick up some, or some that like this one that's still in an uptrend, still got the green line instead of the red line, but it's downtrending here. It may be about to roll over as well. So that's how we use some of these end of day reports. And we can load this up with 500 symbols, or you can load your own symbol list. This package is 100% ready to go. You can go to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja Trading Charting Package. It'll tell you about a little bit about the package, and also it tells you about the videos down here, what you need to get started if you want to use free data, see if you got any that qualifies. If not, Kinetic, you can get 100 symbols for $72. I think $82 for 200 symbols. Ninja Trader's free to use, shows you how to download that, and you can click here and explore your data opportunities that you might can do for free, and then we'll give you a 7-day free trial money back guarantee. You try this package, you pay $69 your monthly subscription. If you're not pleased with the package, you let us know in 10 days. You get a 7-day free trial. Hey, I don't want to get the package. We'll give you $69 back. If you love the package, it's a $149 setup fee. Your $69 is prepaid your first month subscription. $69 a month keeps your license active, and you get access as a courtesy. You can come to our trade room if you want to, if you're using this charting package. We don't want $3 and $5 stocks in the trade room, but you're welcome to come in and see what we're watching. Or if you're trading the bigger stocks, come in and participate. I like people who are watching what I'm watching. If you come in the room and you say, hey, I'm watching this, it's on a F50 red zone alert's about to go off on it here in another 62 cents or 42 cents, I'm interested. So that's why I like to invite people that use that charting package to come on in the trade room. These are your your daily recaps here from the last 5 days on the bulls. So this was today's short bull list we looked at. This is how they stand for the day. You can see what most of them are red. Some of them are still hanging in the bull zone, like Ulta here, still in the bull zone. Pull back to the 50. He could go sideways for a day or two and continue on up. This AXS has actually had a green day. Very strong stop up through the 200. On Friday we had this featured on the bull zone break. This stock still was red today, but it's hanging around up here on that gap up. And get you a look down at the last couple down here. NEE still had another green day. No, I had a red day. I'm sorry. It's still definitely up in the bull zone, hanging up there in the stratosphere and holding that support resistance line for now. It's still got its momentum lines lined up. And we did manage to stay at 30 minutes today. Here's your bear recap real quick. You pause the video. That's the reason we come back here, so you'll have a chance to look at all of these. These are the ones from today. Yesterday continued down with not much momentum, but a little bit more down, staying in the bear zone. Plenty of stocks over here from the third day in, all down about $1. Not any real bad sellers here. Here's a $2 on CVS today. And then we'll get a look at the list from several days ago. We still got, here's one that had a pretty bad day, another $3 down. The stock's down to $10.66 from where we featured it at. And that's what these columns will tell you, is this is where we triggered it at, right here. This is the current P&L based on that number. And this was the highest profit it had made from that number from the day we did it. We carried that out for 4 days for you. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to our channel. See you tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockTwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 charting, and you can learn more about our STS pivot system charting package. Thanks for watching.